we left my country. If I stay there, maybe they kill me. I came to United States, I have freedom. But the big change.
Yeah.
When I was there, I look like a big man. Over here, so hard to try to get job, and the job too low, so hard to work. That big change.
Yeah, it's very hard for my dad because he gave up a lot. I mean, he pretty much his life is all set. He a high-ranking officer. He was a mayor of Saigon, and I mean, we pretty much set in terms of monetary and all that, and for him to give all that up and to come to America, and he trade all that in for the freedom. Rather, he would have been killed if he was staying behind. But I mean, that, I guess you can say that is like something he take comfort in it. That okay, I'm trading this for freedom. But then a lot of time, I think it's very hard for him to look back and say, especially when he had to go. I mean, his first job, I think he was working for like a cup of noodles. He was driving the lifts to carry all these cup of noodle boxes. And from where he was to this kind of job that he had to do is very hard. So he have to keep telling himself that, hey, I'm doing this for the family, for freedom and all that, to get him through. But it's very hard. I mean, I wouldn't imagine that I can do certain thing here. I mean, give all this up to go and then start all over, from an empty to empty-handed, nothing. It's very, very hard. And then his whole life is in military, so he have no experience in any career, any skill or anything. So that even make it harder.
It's kind of remarkable for me to see, like, my family. It's actually hard for me to think about it sometimes. Because for me, I was born here, and I was almost as American as you can get, and it's hard. My parents did really well, and I grew up in, Orange County in an upper middle class family, and had the luxuries of everything, of education, of a nice home, and it's not that far removed, my parents and my family's history, and so it's amazing for me to see kind of where they came from. And I spent a lot of time with my grandpa listening to his stories, and I think it's this conflict that he has with himself that he feels, because, when he came here, he was older, he was in his 40s by then, and he had created a life for himself and for his family in his country that he loved, that he fought his whole life to keep. And he worked really hard for that, He was an amazing person, and he worked very hard for everything that he had and everything that he built. In an instant, he had to leave it, and he did it, not just for his family then, but for me. And he left, and he came here. That was his only option. Kind of just, like my dad said, they didn't even plan on leaving until they had no choice. I think that's kind of one of the things that Americans don't understand is they didn't want to come to America. They loved their country, and they loved their life, and they wanted to stay there because that's what they knew and that's what they loved. And we came here and everything was difficult. They don't speak the language. They don't know how anything works here. And he spent the rest of his life working menial jobs and working really hard to put, my dad through college and his siblings through college. And it's amazing to me to see how successful my dad's become, how hard he's worked, and in the couple of years that he came here to learn English, to go to college, to go to UCLA, and to become as successful as he's been. It's been really amazing. So I feel like, there's always the reason why he's so successful, and the reason why I think I try really hard is because you see what's valuable and you see what's important to work for, and so I think it's really kind of shaped their lives. And